In this video lesson, I'm going to show you how to complete the vocab analysis chart for my class. The vocab analysis chart is set up so that you can find a variety of information about a lot of words. So I will give you the list of words, and then you'll have to find the part of speech for that word, the meaning, meaning a definition, an example sentence, and then also the word family, so other parts of speech for that same word. So you can see here I've already filled it in with identity. Identity is a noun. I've got a definition that I found from the dictionary here for identity. And I have an example sentence here that I got from the text I was reading about that used the word identity. And then finally I found that identify is the verb form of identity. And so I'm going to now go through and I'm going to show you guys how to fill this in using the word norms from this list. And so first I want to take you to the reading because these words will usually come from a reading that we're doing together as a class. So this is the reading text that I got these words from. And so first I'm going to look for the word norms in this reading. And of course, I've already done it. I've already read this, so I probably know. But I'm going to show you just a quick trick so you can find the word norm faster. You use whatever browser you're in has a find feature. I'm on a Mac, so I hit Command F. Or it'll usually be up here like in the Edit menu, and you'll see Find. And you use find. And so I did a find and I searched for the word norm, and then it shows me, okay, 3 different places. Here's the word norm. Here's the word norm in a paragraph. Here it is in a paragraph again. And so this first example, it's actually just in a list of words. So that's not going to help me figure out the part of speech for norms. But I'll look at this. So here it is in a sentence. Of course, I could look it up in the dictionary, and that would be one way to find the part of speech. But I could also look at it in a sentence and use my knowledge of grammar to figure it out. So I see, okay, the media also plays a prominent role in creating meaning, shaping our lives, defining who we are, and establishing norms. So from this phrase here, establishing norms, I can see that it looks like norms is a noun because it is it's following this this verb establishing, and it looks like it's an object being used as an object in the sentence here, and objects are always nouns. So I can see from this that norms is a noun. Up next, I need the meaning. And so for the meaning, there's 2 places you could go. One place you could go is the dictionary. And I have a link here to Learner's Dictionary, which is what I recommend because this is a dictionary that was made for English language learners like you guys. So the definitions that they have are going to be a little bit more simple and easy to understand than what you might find in other dictionaries. But I do want to point out one more thing about meaning, though. And to show you, I'll highlight actually the phrase before it, which is social construction. And so if you look at this reading, so many texts that we may read will do this. Many of them provide a definition for you. And there's a few different ways that you could get the definition. In this particular one, I can see that social construction has a underline, and if I move my mouse over it, it's actually telling me this is the definition for social construction. So if the reading gives you a definition, then that's the best definition to use in our vocab analysis chart. I would take this definition of social construction and put it in the charts. But for the word norms, you can see it's not giving us a definition. So we have to find our own. So to do that, I'm going to go to Learner's Dictionary, like I said, and I'm going to type in the word norms. I'll do it singular as norm. Okay. And I can find, I've got a couple different definitions, and the first one I can see is norms. It's actually listed as plural. And it says standards of proper or acceptable behavior. And based on the sentence that I just read, and and based on what I read in this reading, that sounds to me like the correct definition. So I'm going to copy that and paste it into here. And now I have my definition. Now I have my meaning for the word. Next, what I need is an example sentence. And notice here I say copy from the text. So I really think the best thing to do is to find an example sentence in the text that we are reading, because that's going to show you how the word is used in the particular contexts that we are studying. If I just go Google search the word norms, or if I pull an example sentence out of the dictionary, I might find an example sentence that's not really related to the way the word is being used in our context. So again, I will go back and remember I searched for norm and it gave me 3 examples. So I'm going to go back to that sentence I just had, and I'll take this sentence again and I will use this as my example sentence. I'll copy it and I will paste it into here. And now I can see I've got my sentence. The media also plays a prominent role in creating meaning, shaping our values, defining who we are, and establishing norms. And so really important, I'm then going to take that word in the sentence and I'm going to bold it. And I'm going to do that so that when I look at the sentence, I can very clearly see. I can see our word. But I'm not just going to do that. I also notice that norms is used in this phrase here, establishing norms. I'm going to actually also bold the word establishing, because we've got here is a useful collocation. This collocation will tell us how to use the word in a way that's going to sound a little bit better, a little bit more academic. And it will tell all nouns, collocations are common. Certain nouns are used together with certain verbs. Certain adjectives are used with certain nouns. And so we can see here that the verb establish is something that you can use with the noun norm. And so looking for those collocations and highlighting them when you find them is a really useful skill for learning vocabulary. And the last thing I'm going to do is I need a word family. And so for this, there's a couple different ways. I know that this can be one of the most challenging things for an English language learner, is to find the other forms of a word. So there's a couple different ways you can do it. One is this website I have here called VisuWords. And so I'll show you this website. It's a pretty cool website if you are a language nerd. And so you can see here it starts with the word flower. And from flower, it's coming up with all of these different words and showing their connections. So I'm going to search the word norms. So I didn't find norm, so I'm going to search just the singular, norm. Okay. And so what I see here is there's a lot of different words and ideas that are connected to the idea of norm. Here I have kind of just the definition of the word norm. But you'll see some of these circle, in this definition, again, this actually helps with part of speech, because you can see that it's blue, and over here you can see a blue circle means a word is a noun. But you'll notice that some of these are also orange, and orange over here tells you that it is an adjective. And so I can see the word normal connected to the word norm, and this is an adjective form. And so you may also see green circles on this website, which would show you something's a verb, or red, which is an adverb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to type normal as an adjective in there. And so that's one way that you could find the word family. But however, what I'll say is VisuWords is cool, and when it works really well, but it's not always that reliable. And so there's one other way that is good to search for word families, and that is, again, using the dictionary. And so I want to show you guys something. So watch what happens. I'll type the word norm slowly. Watch what happens as I start to type it. So you can see what's happening is from NOR, it's going to come up with a list of possible words. And so if I keep typing to M, now I can see nor, normal, normalcy, normality. So I've got all these other possible words. And if I click on normal, usual or ordinary, not strange. So I can start to see that, as I check the definition, I can see that yes, this is clearly part of the word family. And I saw another word in there which was like normality. Okay, condition, normal, unexpected way. So normality looks like it is also actually part of this word family. So I'm going to add it in here, normality, and that one was a noun. And I think I had seen one more word in my list, which was normalize. And it says to bring someone or something back to the usual or expected state of or condition. So, okay, so you're making something normal, you're normalizing it. And that was a verb. So now that's really helpful because I've got a couple different word. I've got a variety of words in the word family. So if I need to use it as an adjective, I can use it as an adjective. If I need to use it as a verb, I've got my verb form here. And I even have another noun with a slightly different meaning if I want to talk about more like the concept of normality in a society rather than like the specific rules, which would be the norms of a society. So now I've completed the vocab analysis chart for the word norms. And so I will go through that same process with all the rest of the words on the list until I have this whole thing filled out. And then I will have a really useful reference for myself. For all the words that we're studying, I'll be able to see the part of speech. I'll be able to see the meaning. I'll be able to see an example sentence, which may also include a useful collocation for how I can use this word. And then also, hopefully a complete word family that can tell me how to use the word in different parts of speech, depending on what I need to say and depending on the grammar of my sentence. So that is how you create a vocabulary analysis chart for my class.